Welcome to Big Daddy Storytime. We're reading Disney's 101 Dalmatians. Once there were two Dalmatians named Pogo and Purdy. They lived in a snug little house in London. Their pets, Anita and Roger Radcliffe, lived with them. Nanny, the housekeeper, took care of them all. One day, Pogo got some wonderful news. Purdy was going to have puppies. Everyone was very happy. At last, the big day had arrived. The puppies were here, Nanny cried. How many? Asked Roger. 8, Nancy replied. No, shouted Anita from the other room. 11. Wait! 15! 15 puppies! Purdy was very proud. Pogo, you old rascal, said Roger. He thought the puppies were wonderful. You'll get they'll get their spots when they're a little older. Nanny told him. Suddenly there was a clap of thunder. Anita's old it swept Anita's old friend Cruella de Vil. Her long fur coat trailed behind her. I see those puppies are here at last, she said. I'll buy them all. They're not for sale, replied Roger. You'll be sorry, Cruella snapped as she stormed off. Pogo and Purdy were happy to see her leave. But Cruella wasn't finished. They can't stop me, she chuckled. Cruella hired Horace and Jasper Baddun to steal the puppies. As soon as you have a chance, sneak into their house and grab these puppies, she told them. You wait until the puppies get their spots, she added. But when they do, but then they will be mine. Each day the puppies grew bigger, and each day they got more spots. The puppies liked watching television. The show they liked the most was about a dog named Thunderbolt. Get 'em, Thunderbolt, shouted Penny. Time for bed, Pogo said when the show ended. Ah, Dad, we're not sleepy, said Lucky. After the puppies went to bed, Pogo and Purdy went to the park. They took Roger and Anita with them. But as soon as they went out, Horace and Jasper went in. Jasper locked Nancy in the attic. Horace put all the puppies into a big sack. They took all 15 puppies. When Roger and Anita returned, Nancy told them what had happened. Roger called the police, but the police couldn't find the puppies. Purdy and Pogo were very upset. Then Pogo had an idea. Let's try the Twilight bark, he said. It's our only hope. All right, agreed Purdy. Pogo barked in a special code. Yep, yip, and yep, yep, yep. 15 puppies need your help, called all the hounds. Yip, yeps. Please help us find their cruel kidnappers. The message was passed from dog to dog. It woke up Tower Sir, a bloodhound who lived way out in the countryside. Hump, growled Tower Sir to Lucy the goose. A message from the city? An important one, too? I'd better tell the folks on the farm. Old toast seller barking woke up the cat named Sergeant Tips. Tips told Captain a horse to awake the shepherd dog named Colonel. The Colonel perked up with his ears. 15 spotted puddles were stolen? I think that's puppies, sir, said Sergeant Tips. Tips remembered hearing some barking at the old Deville place. Nonsense! That house has been empty for years," said the colonel. "Not any longer," Captain answered. "There's smoke raising from the chimney. Then we'd better investigate." "Tips," barked the colonel. They went to the old house. Sergeant Tips slipped into the house. What a surprise! He saw 99 Dalmatian puppies. 15 of them were hauled in front of the TV. "Those must be the ones," Tips said. He raced back to tell the others. The colonel sent a message. Dog by dog, the message was passed from the country to the city. "Listen, Purdy," said Pogo. "It's the Great Dane. He has answered for us. He has an answer for us." The two Dalmatians raced to meet the big dog. "The puppies have been found at the Deville place," the Great Dane said. "We must go at once," cried Purdy. When they got to the country, Sergeant Tips and Colonel were waiting for them. "Follow us," said Sergeant Tips. "There's no time to waste." They snuck into the old house. "What does Cruella want with all these puppies?" they heard Jasper ask. "She said she's going to make them into a coat." Horace answered. "A dog's skin coat?" cried Purdy. "How cruel!" She counted the puppies. "Pogo," she whispered, "there's 99 puppies here. We must take them all home with us." Pogo replied, "Let's go." Sergeant Tips led the way. Horace and Jasper didn't see them leave. They were too busy watching television. The Dalmatians followed Tips to the barn, but they weren't safe yet. Horace and Jasper had finally noticed the puppies were gone. They were following their tracks in the snow. "Here they come," shouted Tips. "We'd better do something. We'll hold them off. I'll hold them off," Captain told Pogo. The Dalmatians escaped out the back door, and Captain gave Bad Duns a swift kick, and when they came through the front door. Pogo and Purdy led the puppies through a snowstorm. Suddenly, Pogo heard a car. "Quick, hide!" he urged. The dogs hid under a bridge. Luckily, Horace and Jasper didn't see them. Pogo decided to walk along the frozen stream. That way, Horace and Jasper couldn't follow their tracks. Home seems very far away. "My nose is frozen," whispered Lucky, "and my tail is frozen, and my toes are frozen." All the puppies were tired and hungry, but when Pogo heard a friendly bark, "Follow me," said a collie. "I have a place for you to stay." The collie led them to a warm barn. Some friendly cows gave the puppies plenty of milk to drink. Soon 99 puppies were fast asleep in the hay. Pogo and Purdy thanked the cows and the collie. "Tomorrow morning we can go to the village," said the collie. "A Labrador retriever will meet you there. He'll show you how to get home." The next morning, Pogo and Purdy continued on their way. Pogo knew that Cruella would be looking for them. He tried to brush their tracks with a branch, but Cruella saw the tracks. "They're heading for the village," she shrieked. When the dogs reached the village, the Labrador was waiting for them. He led them to an empty blacksmith shop. I got a ride for you," he said. "A van leaving to London soon. There's room for all of you." But Cruella and her men had reached the village too. Cruella was angry with Horace and Jasper. "Find them! Find them now!" she shouted. "Pogo, how will we get to the van?" Purdy whispered. Luckily, when Lucky said, "Patch pushed me, he covered me with soot." "He pushed me first," Patches whimpered. "He was covered with soot too." That gave Pogo an idea. He rolled in the soot. "Look, I'm a Labrador. Come on, Purdy, let's all be Labradors." Soon all the Dalmatians were covered in soot. We're going to fool the nasty lady," the puppies giggled. The van was getting ready to leave. "Better hurry," said the Labrador. One by one the puppies got into the van. They almost made it. But the last puppy got stuck in the snow. The snow washed off the soot. There they are," Cruella cried. The van pulled away in the nick of time. "After them!" Cruella shouted. Cruella drove too fast for the slippy road. "Watch out!" cried Horace, but it was too late. Cruella's car tumbled down a hill. Everyone landed in the deep, soft snow, but the car was smashed into pieces. Back in London, Anita and Nancy were decorating the Christmas tree. Roger was too upset to help. "I miss Pogo and Purdy so much," said Anita. "I know," answered Nancy. "Sometimes at night I think I hear them bark, but it always turns out to be a dream." "Wait!" cried Anita. "Did you hear that bark?" Nancy flung open the doors. A large black dog jumped onto Roger and covered him with kisses and soot. "It's Pogo and Purdy with their little ones," cried Nancy. She began to dust off the puppies. Then Anita and Roger noticed the room was filled with dogs. All in all, there were 101 Dalmatians. "Whatever shall we do with them?" Anita asked. "We'll buy a bigger place in the country," said Roger. A Dalmatian plantation. It was a very Merry Christmas after all. So what we can learn from this is, you know what? Treasure your family, and always remember that, you know what? When you have more family members come, you could always, like what Roger and Anita did, you buy a bigger place, welcome them in, and you guys get to live together as a family. And that's a blessing, family. So be blessed, and come back to Big Daddy Storytime for more videos. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.